It is better to act and repent, than not to act and regret. Never was anything great achieved without danger. Hatred is gained as much by good works as by evil. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Whoever is the cause of another becoming powerful is ruined himself. Politics have no relation to morals. Men should be either treated generously or destroyed, because they take revenge for slight injuries, for heavy ones they cannot. There is nothing as likely to succeed as what the enemy believes you cannot attempt. Forgiveness proceeds from a generous soul. A battle that you win cancels all your mistakes. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of others. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. I'm not interested in preserving the status quo. I want to overthrow it. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. Men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony. Of mankind we may say in general, they are fickle, hypocritical, and greedy of gain. There is nothing more important than appearing to be religious. There is no surer sign of decay in a country than to see the rights of religion held in contempt. It is much more secure to be feared than to be loved. It is a common fault not to anticipate storms when the sea is calm. The best fortress which a prince can possess is the affection of his people. I desire to go to hell and not to heaven. In the former I shall enjoy the company of popes, kings and princes, while in the latter are only beggars, monks and apostles. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. Appear as you may wish to be. Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble, and in choosing the lesser evil. He who is highly esteemed is not easily conspired against. Nature creates few men brave, industry and training makes many. God creates men, but they choose each other. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others. A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance. Any harm you do to a man should be done in such a way that you need not fear his revenge. He who builds on the people, builds on the mud. Always assume incompetence before looking for conspiracy. Make mistakes of ambition and not mistakes of sloth. Develop the strength to do bold things, not to suffer. Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the soul. For whoever believes that great advancement and new benefits make men forget old injuries, is mistaken. Everything that occurs in the world, in every epoch, has something that corresponds to it, in ancient times. One who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. Never do an enemy a small injury. He who has once begun to live by rapine, always finds reasons for taking what is not his. Nothing feeds upon itself as liberality does. Change has no constituency. Never let others interrupt you, because you will lose respect. Beware of a man who interrupts you, because he is trying to show you strength. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. For without invention, no one was ever a great man in his own trade. Fake your death, to fool your enemies. One must consider the final result.